Hello everybody and welcome to another video with ironguin. Yay! And today, welcome to more news about the Minecraft 1.17 update. This is our first proper snapshot on the Java edition of Minecraft. It is Snapshot 20w45a, and it adds some of the new cave update blocks to the game. We do not have the goats or the snowier snow that I showed previously. They're still bedrock only at the moment, but when they're released fully, they will be on both versions. So, here's a load of new stuff. This is all to do with the amethysts and the amethysts spawn requirements. So this here is a block of amethyst. It is an uncraftable block. Spawns naturally with the budding amethyst, which is this block. And they spawn in the amethyst geodes. And they make a really nice noise if stood on, if punched, or if you throw a snowball at them. And that goes for everything amethyst related. So this is how you get access to amethyst crystals. They grow on budding amethyst. They start as small amethyst buds, then they go to medium, large, and then finally they stop at an amethyst cluster. So the way you harvest amethyst is with a pickaxe. If you use a stone pickaxe, then you will harvest it, but it will drop nothing. It's iron and above, and then it will drop 4 shards, unless you are using silk touch. No, not silk touch, fortune. If you're using fortune, it will give you more. But if you're using silk touch, it will drop the crystal cluster, which you can then use for decoration. You cannot mine or move these blocks or these blocks. Oh, you can move the blocks of amethyst, and they do have a crafting recipe. I was wrong about that. Their crafting recipe is for amethyst shards, but they cannot then be turned back into the shards. So you learn something new as you go. So next, this is 2 new rocks. We have the calcite and we have the tuff. There is nothing else to these guys. They don't have stairs or slabs. They are just rocks. Right, so this is an amethyst geode. I was lucky and had one spawn on the surface, so it was easier to find, but they mostly spawn underground. They always spawn encased in tuff and calcite. That's what these blocks are for. So if we go into the cave, you will see the amethyst geode. There is budding amethyst all over it. And you can see that if I punch it, it makes the noises, and you can see it starting to grow in the various stages. So, yeah, that's the amethyst. So, that's, yeah, all the amethyst stuff coming to the game so far. So, I've come back over to the geode to show that I have cleared out all of the amethyst blocks and left only the budding amethyst. This is the block that will grow the crystals. A lot of these were actually hidden behind blocks, and if they're not exposed to the air, then they won't grow crystals. So I feel the best way to get the best yield out of an amethyst geode like this one is to clear away all of the amethyst blocks and just leave these. Then you can come in and manually harvest all the ones that are fully grown like this one here. Right, so the next thing I would like to show you is the bundles. Bundles currently do not have a crafting recipe, but of course they probably will have one eventually. So the way a bundle works is if you right click on an item in your inventory with the bundle, or the bundle with an item, it will put it in. And you can stack items that wouldn't normally stack up to 64. The examples they use on the write-up is you can hold a stack of dirt with one bundle, and then this one holds half a stack of dirt and half a stack of stone. This one has half a stack of ender pearls and half a stack of dirt, but a stack of ender pearls is only 16, so half a stack is 8. This one holds one of every colour of wool, every colour of concrete, every colour of carpet, and every colour of terracotta. That is 64 individual items in this bundle. So imagine all of those cluttering my inventory. They're now in here. And this one can only hold one diamond helmet. And to get the item out, all you need to do is right click on the bundle and the item will spill out into your inventory. The bundle's crafting recipe is rabbit hide and string. This, I feel this is quite difficult, as early game rabbit hide is not easy to come across, so it might make bundles harder to get than they should be. So the next thing I would like to talk about is the candles. Now there are 17 candles, one of each colour of dye, and then an undyed variant. Candles currently do not have a crafting recipe, and they work very much like sea pickles, where you can put 4 candles on the same block, but you cannot put 4 candles of different colour on the same block. They have to be 4 of the same colour. But it doesn't have to be 4, you can put up to 4, so you can put 2, you can put 3, you can leave it at 1, it's up to you. They start out, as they are now, as off candles, but if you click on them with a piece of flint and steel, it will light them, and then they emit light. So it's a light source that can be turned on and off. They are also waterloggable, but of course that puts them out. But they can be waterlogged if you want waterlogged candles. So the candles crafting recipe is 1 honeycomb and 1 string. Then you can dye these to make each of the coloured candles. So the last thing I'd like to show you with candles is that if your friend is celebrating their birthday in Minecraft, you can now light them up what is referred to as a candle cake. And it's just that. It is a cake that you put a candle on and then you light it. And then when you eat the cake, the candle flies off. So there has been a slight change to the way cauldrons work. As you know, you can put a bucket of water in cauldrons and take it out. But a new addition, you can do the same with a bucket of lava now, which you couldn't do before. Whereas the purpose of having water is so you can fill bottles of water, but you can't fill bottles of lava. So the next thing I'd like to show you is copper. So this is copper ore. You put copper ore in a furnace, and it gives you a copper ingot. You then put 9 copper ingots in a crafting table to get a block of copper. Copper is not used for armor and tools. It has its own unique uses. The copper block can then be crafted into a cut copper block, and both the copper block and the cut copper block can be made into stairs and slabs. Actually, I might be wrong with that. Wait, let me check. No. The normal copper block cannot be turned into stairs and slabs, only the cut copper can. So, as you may have seen there, the copper block oxidizes over time. So, it takes between 50 to 85 Minecraft days for a copper block to oxidize 1 stage. So that will be for the copper block to go to lightly weathered, it would take between 50 and 82. Then the lightly weathered would become semi-weathered, which would become weathered. And let me just bring those out to show you. So this is the copper block you get to start with. Then it becomes this, then this, and then finally that. Now, if you don't want this process to happen, and you want to keep your copper fresh, or you like it semi-weathered, then if you put copper with honeycomb, it will get you a waxed copper block. Now, this copper block will never oxidize, and you can do this at any stage. So you could do it like that, and then it would give you a waxed, lightly leathered copper block. So copper ore is currently found in all biomes, and it has a very similar generation to coal and iron. So it's quite common in its generation, but this is subject to change. So the next item is the lightning rod. It is crafted with 3 pieces of copper, and it gives you the lightning rod. Now the lightning rod, although it has its uses, I did notice earlier that it can be placed from any side, and if you want to, you can even place it upside down. So you can place it any side of a block. Now I did work out that this could be used for some weightlifting equipment if that's what you wanted, but you don't have to use it for that. There are many ways of building. So here is my wooden roof, and normally when lightning strikes this, it will destroy it, burn it down. But now with the lightning rod, lightning can strike if lightning strikes in the general area, it will be pulled directly to the lightning rod, which will prevent it from burning down the roof. The next feature I'd like to look at is the spyglass, as it's called, but you may know it as the telescope. It's crafted with 1 piece of amethyst and 2 copper, and if you hold down right click, it zooms you in quite far. Now I usually play with Optifine, so this is a redundant feature for me, but for people who don't have Optifine, or people who play on Bedrock and can't get access to Optifine, this will be quite useful for them, I assume, because, yeah, I use the zoom quite a lot. So the final thing I'd like to speak about is one of the only features released today that weren't mentioned in Minecraft Live. This is the tinted glass. It's crafted by surrounding 1 piece of glass with 4 amethyst crystals, and it gives you 2 pieces of tinted glass. You cannot dye this, and the thing about tinted glass is you can see through it as you would any normal piece of glass, but as you can see by the shadows underneath it and that dirt block there, it acts like any normal solid block, so light cannot pass through it. With normal glass, light would pass straight through it, and the blocks underneath would not turn to dirt, they would stay as grass. But with this tinted glass, that doesn't happen. And now if you look in, you can see it's all dark. And to show this, if I was to get a mushroom, it will not let me place it down here. You can see I'm clicking, but it will not let me place the mushroom because it's too bright. Whereas if I come into this greenhouse here with all of its glass, the mushroom's placed down absolutely fine. Right, while I was destroying this, I just had a thought. If I was to grab a zombie spawn egg, and I was to place a zombie under here, would it burn or not? And the answer is no. Like, if I place it out here, there we go, he's going to start burning. And if I was to use normal glass, he would burn. But if I put them under here, they don't burn. The next thing I would like to talk about is, like the cauldron, a change to an existing feature rather than a new feature. So as you know, normally if you were to pour a bucket of water over rails, it would destroy them all. But now, as per this snapshot, minecarts and rails can now continue to travel through water. Now, the minecart gets significantly slowed down, but it does work. And this means that now, creatures like the squid and the different fish can now get into a minecart, whereas they couldn't before. So if I put that fish there and push the minecart, you can see the fish is now in the minecart because the minecart can travel underwater. This will make transporting squid specifically, and dolphins, and other creatures like that much quicker and much easier. So, I'm glad we're now getting 1.17 snapshots. I am really excited for this update, and I am enjoying seeing all of these different things. I like some of the crafting recipes, I feel that copper is used well, but there is always more that they can do. Now, if you remember in my last video about the developers Q&A, one of the devs mentioned that the crystal already the amethyst crystal already has one use, which is the telescope. It will definitely be getting another use, and it may get a third use. I think I can pretty confidently say that the tinted glass is the one that they were definitely implementing, because it's now in the game. So we can assume that this is all we're going to see from Amethyst. I feel it's a bit lackluster, and they could put a bit more in. I feel Amethyst isn't quite used enough yet, but I'm not a developer, so maybe it's hard to code Amethyst. I feel that the copper is really cool. I feel that the way it oxidizes is really cool, and the fact that you can freeze the oxidation process by waxing it. I like that copper can also be used to make lightning rods and telescopes. I feel that the lightning rods will have plenty of uses, and I'm going to put one on the roof of all of my bases. I feel that the telescope is useless for Optifine players and useful for everyone else. And I feel that the tinted glass is going to be really useful, and I can see it used in a lot of different situations. I see no reason why lava needed to go in cauldrons, but now it does, and that's fine. So, if you like this video and would like to see more looks into the future snapshots for 1.17, please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think. Make sure I've recently started a new Minecraft series, so make sure you come and watch that. I will see you very soon. Farewell.